Hello. Hi, Sue. Thank you so much for coming on to talk about your experience.
Oh, you're very welcome. I'm happy to do it.
Okay, amazing. So let's start off with a little bit about you. You are a virtual assistant to female entrepreneurs, right? Tell us about that.
I own a business. It's called Keep It Simple with Sue. I provide supportive administrative services to female entrepreneurs because we are the last ones who ask for help.
Mm, preach. Love it. Okay. All right. And so obviously we work together. So before we started working together, I know that you were struggling to tap into your intuition consistently, and we're dealing with a lot of like control freaking and being in your head. So to set the stage, what did your life look like then, and how did that feel for you?
I was overthinking everything. I had a lot of, I think, anxiety around the fact that I was trying to control everything. Like it felt like some days nothing was going my way. I wasn't sure what to do. Um, so I was sort of in a place where I was not attracting what I wanted to attract. And I felt like I was making decisions rationally, but sometimes even the most rational decisions didn't quite turn out the way I thought they should or would or anything like that. So I was not taught to rely on my gut. So that doing that was really hard for me.
Mm. And how did it feel to be in that space of controlling all the things?
Very tense, very anxiety inducing. I felt like I was always on high alert, looking for the next shoe to drop, trying to figure out the next move. Um, I was not always a very nice person to be around. I would lash out quickly if someone was interrupting me or I thought they were interrupting me. So,
Yeah. And you come from a background of being high achiever, manager, lawyer. So very right brain, left brain, very logical. So it was proving difficult for you to tap into your intuition. But I don't want to put words in your mouth, but I think that you realized that to move forward in your business and grow it to this vision that you wanted, you'd have to let go of some of that control. How did you come to that conclusion?
really mainly through your coaching. What led me to you in the first place was after reading Jen Sincero's series of You Are a Badass. I think that's what brought us both together. And realizing that uh, I've always had like kind of a religious spiritual background, but realizing that there was a way to tap into that where I was not just frantically sending out messages to the universe and wondering why my frantic messages weren't being answered, where I could go more in the flow where the decisions felt much easier and much more aligned. Some people call it woo. I call it, the times I've gone with my gut, the decisions have been much better than the times where I've overthought and rationalized. So
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm reading over your client notes. I saw a lot of I'm feeling more calm, I'm feeling more collected, and coming from someone who I know was always a little bit frazzled, it it's exciting to see that transformation.
it's exciting to have that transformation. It is so much nicer not to always feel frazzled or trying to figure out what the next step is. Just getting comfortable with the fact that what I put out into the universe comes back. So it's much better to be at a higher vibration than it is to be at the low vibration, anxious, frantically reaching out for sure. So
And how does that transformation show up in your business and then in your life?
in my business, um, I have actually grown it. I am actually to the place where I'm making a profit this year. I will be onboarding 2 new clients this month. Um, and I've learned to reach out in my voice and to be comfortable with the fact that not everybody is going to respond to it, but the people that I want to work with will absolutely respond to that. And those are the best kinds of clients.
Mm-hmm.
As far as life, um, when I first reached out to you, there was a lot of upheaval in my life. I had just gotten out of a relationship where it wasn't working. Um, I wasn't sure where I was supposed to go or who I was supposed to be with, but I was sure at that point that I needed to stop and to really figure out what it was with me so that I could be a better partner to whomever else would be coming along. And then through our course of us working together, I found a great guy I've been dating. Um, I've successfully sold my home with no effort on my part. I've successfully bought a brand new car with no effort on my part. And like I said, I mean, I found a place for me and my motley crew of a family to live, and we're all kind of settled in, things are calm, and we're just all kind of I'm comfortable with the more transitory state that I'm in at the moment because I know it's not forever.
Right. And so I can imagine that someone who's listening to this who is still in that kind of like control freaky, like squeezy place. I wonder if you can detail for us what removing that part of you and becoming more calm and confident, what has that freed up in your mind? Like, what has that allowed you to experience or to manifest? Or how has it changed who you're being?
The difference between when I go control freaky and when I am aligned with my intuition, it's night and day. Control freaky, I was always second guessing. I was always trying to make sure everything happened the way I wanted it to happen in the time I wanted it. It was always me at times like flip-flopping my decision. Whereas when I make decisions that are aligned with me, when I lean into my intuition, I'm very confident in the decision. It flows like it's supposed to. I don't feel like I'm second guessing. I'm not worried about what other people are thinking. I'm doing with what's aligned with me. Some of the things I've done this year, I'm sure other people in my life are like, why would you do that? But it worked for me. Like the house sale completely worked for me. And I mean, I have actually heard more comments about you, and we've talked about this. I can see why you're a manifesting generator. You set your mind to something and you go. And it's more of I'm learning how to find what's aligned for me so that I can go.
Mhm. Yes, because I think you and a lot of my clients know intrinsically that they can do whatever they put their mind to. It's just about keeping their mind in that place and then also tapping into the body, right? Which you and I have talked about quite a bit. Okay, so reading through my notes. Yeah. So something pretty powerful happened recently, which is why I wanted you to come on for a testimonial. You took the manifestation mini course with me, right? And your intention, to be clear, in this container that we created was to strengthen your intuition muscle and to really make it a consistent habit. And since then, and even a little bit before then, we got to a place where you had set a goal to consistently use your intuition to make decisions. And at one of our check ins, we realized that you had completed that goal, that you have been consistently checking in with your intuition, and aligned clients are coming your way, and all of these things are happening. So, walk me through how that was able to come to pass through the work that we've done together.
Well, first of all, I'm going to say you're a fabulous accountability partner. and you were really good at leading the person the right, well, I don't know about the right way, but the way that works for them. Um, I would say that for me, sometimes I can't see the forest for the trees, which I think is a lot of us, especially us overthinkers, because we think we know best and be damned what the universe thinks. So the way you've laid out your courses and the way you've laid out your programs, it is a testament to how much you care about your individual client and how willing you are to take your program and mold it to that particular client. I can't say enough good things because I don't think I would be where I am without you and your courses. I wouldn't have been able to more often than not lean into my intuition. I would still be my overthinking crazy little self over there. And generally probably pretty unpleasant to be around. Not that I don't sometimes morph that way, but you've given me the tools to slow my roll and to get back into where's your intuition taking you.
Thank you.
Oh,
Thank
you're
you for
very
those.
welcome. No, thank you.
You're welcome. All right. So, as we're working together and you're becoming less control freaky, you're leaning into the version of Sue that is creating these clients, laying back, letting it happen. I also happen to know that you have a pretty lofty goal for like 4 years, and you have some pretty big business goals in terms of generating enough revenue to sell it and just lifestyle goals that you're working on. So, one of those building blocks we came to discover very quickly is the getting into the intuition piece. And so, what beliefs do you think you've established now that have kind of shifted from when you first came in? Like, what do you think you believed when you first came in? And now, what do you believe that have, if we're running it through the model, the T's create the F's and the A's and now the R's?
I would say one of the big things I had before I came into here was an inconsistent relationship with the universe. There were times I was convinced the universe hated my guts and was not delivering what I wanted because of X, Y, or Z. And now, I've learned that the universe does love me. It is very benevolent. It shows me it loves me in lots of different little ways. And sometimes when the universe doesn't deliver what I think it should deliver or what I want it to deliver, right when I want it to deliver it, I've realized that it's universe time, it's not Sue time. So I have to trust that the universe, it's an aligned decision, then the universe will deliver it. It's just a matter of it may take longer, and that's okay. And that was the hardest piece for me. Because if, being a manifesting generator, if I didn't get it done like that, then there was something wrong with me. But I've learned that's not true.
All in divine timing, right?
Yes.
And that's tough after coming from a career where, and we've talked about this, how highly intelligent, ambitious women always have trouble releasing the masculine. And it's because that's how they're respected. But through my work, I hope to imbue a little bit more feminine and get people to that point where they're their individual selves. So, okay. So two more things. One, I know someone listening might think that they're either too busy for private coaching or maybe that they're too stuck in their ways, right? So maybe they think they're too control freaky or that they love taking action and they don't want that. They don't want to change into someone who just like sits on a yoga mat and meditates all day, right? So, what would you say to that person when it comes to private coaching?
I would say invest in yourself first and foremost. You don't know what you don't know, and somebody outside of you sees more than what you do about yourself. The second thing I would say is, yes, you're control freaky and you're control freaky for a reason, and maybe you will never 100% shake it. But doing private coaching and learning to trust the universe doesn't mean you take no action. It means you take aligned action. So you're not just sitting there meditating all day wondering why the heck the universe isn't delivering what you want it to, because that's like the opposite of what you're supposed to be doing.
Oh, love it. A plus, gold star. Okay. And the last question that I have for you is, as of right now, and you and I have worked together multiple times now, but what do you think is the main thing that you'll take with you from our coaching container?
That it is absolutely okay to trust your intuition and gut when making a decision.
Mm.
And you don't have to worry what anybody else around you thinks, whether they think it's too woo or not. Too bad. It's what works for you.
Yes, 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 yes. Amazing. Thank you so much, Sue. You are truly a badass. And it is such a pleasure to talk to you. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
I'll see you in a bit. Bye.
Okay, bye.